Hello children, continuing with our lesson direct indirect speech, moving on to module 3. Okay, in this module we are going to be learning about how to be converting sentences from the imperative sentences into indirect sentences. Now, what do you understand by the term imperative sentences? What do you mean by imperative sentence? Imperative sentences are nothing but sentences that are in the form of order, command, advice, desire, forbidding somebody, obstructing somebody, request. Request, kindly, please. So those are the words which we normally use for the word request. So now how are usually these type of sentences expressed in the direct form? So either it will be subject plus the reporting verb, the comma, inverted commas, and then the reported speech, whatever is spoken by the speaker. Now, this reporting verb of ours, if it is in the imperative form of the sentence, okay, now we are doing imperative sentence, how to convert it imperative. So we are going to be using the corresponding reporting verb which will be suiting the imperative type of sentence. So now either you can use the words that we can use are order, request, advice, forbidding somebody. Okay, now remember I told you when we did our first conversion of assertive, there are those 5 to 6 rules that we have to always keep in mind when we change. So even for this also, when we change, we have to keep those 5 to 6 rules in our mind. Even when we do the next conversion of converting interrogative sentences, or when we convert exclamatory sentences also, those 6 basic steps of conversion from direct to indirect has to be kept in our mind. Now, what is the first? Make it a little more easier for you not to forget. I have written it here. First one is you have to identify the type of sentence. Now in this topic we are dealing only with the conversion of imperative sentences. So it is only imperative. Then changes in the reporting verb. The reporting verb depending upon how the imperative sentences, likewise corresponding suitable word we are going to replace it. Then we will remove the quotation signs and replace it with the conjunction that. But remember, for conversion of sentences in the imperative side, we will not be using the conjunction that. Here we will not be using conjunction that, but we will be using the word to, infinitive word to, along with the next few words to convert it into the indirect sentence. Then next, after that, you will make changes in the pronouns. Then next step, you will make changes in the tense. And finally, if you have got the special verb, you will make changes in the special verb also. So now, for example, if you are given example is, Doshi asks his wife, please select one of these necklaces. Now, first step is you have to identify the type of sentences which is within the reported this thing. So here, please. So it is a request, isn't it? So we got our step number 1, assertive. Now we have to look at the reporting verb. Reporting verb, said to. We got the subject, we got the object. Doshi subject, wife object. Okay. So now we will be here it is please, he is requesting, isn't it? Please means you are requesting something. So we can say this said to can be replaced with a better word, and we are going to be using the word request. Okay. Now, third one is we are going to remove these punctuation marks here, the quotation marks there, and we are going to replace it with not the conjunction that, but we are going to replace it with to. Remember, I told you in imperative we do not use the conjunction that, we use imperative to. Okay, we completed step number 3. Now, step number 4, change in the pronouns. Please select one of these necklaces. Is there any pronoun in this sentence? No. So, forget about step number 4. Step number 5, change the tense. Please select one of these necklaces. So, it signifies, simple present tense. Okay. Then, change in the special words. Is there any special word? Yes, there is one special word. These. So, now how will we finally write our final answer? So, here, Doshi requested his wife, because it is here, it is the imperative, we will use to select one of those necklaces. That is how you will arrive at your final answers. Doshi requested his wife to select one of those necklaces. Did you understand that, children? Then, now moving on to example 2. The teacher said to the boys, do not make a noise. Okay, so now your teacher, students, usually what happens, it is either order, request, isn't it? So here, do not make a noise. Either it all depends upon the tone of the teacher and manner in which he is saying. Either it could be a request or it could be an order. So here, we have our first step we have identified. It is an assertive sentence. Second, reporting verb. Said to. Every time we are going to use. So now here, in connecting with the assertive, what type of sentence? It's an order. So we are going to use the word, the teacher ordered. Then, do not make a noise. So here, since it is assertive, we are not going to make use of the conjunction that. Instead, we are going to be using to, isn't it? Okay, so step number 3 done. Changes in the pronoun. Is there any pronoun in the sentence? No. So, step number 4 we can ignore. Here, step number 5, tense. Do not make a noise. So, this is with current this thing, present tense. We will change that. Then special words, no special words. So, now how will we say it in the indirect tense? The teacher ordered the students not to make a noise. Okay. Now, here that is how where you have added the infinitive to. Okay, children. So, this is how you are going to be converting the imperative sentences into indirects. Sometimes we have got sentences that begin with let's or let. Okay. Now, what do you understand with the word let's? Let's is nothing but, I will come to this one later, let's is nothing but the conjugation or the combination of let plus us. Us means we are talking in terms of plural, isn't it? It could be first person plural or third person plural. Okay. Now, when usually is the word let's used? Let's is usually used when you are giving a suggestion or you are proposing some you are proposing a project, finalizing upon a project or something, you are proposing your ideas about it. So, now here when we have got sentences beginning with let's, okay, within the, how will you go about changing it? One thing here is that in this we can come back to using our conjunction that. Okay, that is one thing. You can revert back to your using our old friend conjunction that. Then another one thing is that the word should be present when you convert it into your indirect tense. Okay, so now let's see how we will go about converting it into our indirect tense. So, I said to my brother, let's go to some hill station for a change. Sentence started with let's. So, it is a suggestion. Okay, it is an imperative sentence. First step identified. Second one, said to. Okay, now here, because it's a suggestion, we will stick with the word suggestion, suggestion when we convert it into indirect. So, I suggested to my brother. Third step, remove the punctuation, quotation marks and insert the conjunction. Conjunction is inserted. Let's go to some hill station. Let's, it's what? It's nothing but let us go to some hill station. So, here the conversation is happening between you and your brother. So, I suggested to my brother, let us, okay. So, that us is when you convert it, it is relating to whom? It is relating to both of you all. So, that we, as I told you, the word should appear in your indirect, should go to some hill station for a change. Is that clear, children? Remember what I told you, we come back, we still start using our old friend, the conjunction that, but you have to always remember, you have to also insert the word should when we convert it into indirect. Then, sometimes this is only when you have sentences beginning with that. Sometimes you have sentences that only use the word that. Okay. So, now here if your reported verb starts with the word, reported speech starts with the word let, that indicates suggestion or proposal, the reporting verb is changed to proposed or suggestion and we should use the word should in the changed reported speech. So, now for example, now see if your reported speech is starting with the word, it says that if your reported speech starts with the word let, then when you convert it, we should have the presence of the word should and then also we are going to come back to start using the conjunction that. So, when it is the word let, it is nothing but it is suggesting, it is we are giving our suggestions or we are proposing some of our ideas. Okay. So, now let us see how we will convert this into the indirect speech. Given your example is, he said to us, let us have some fun. So, here with your group of your friends, you are speaking. So, and you are the one who is reporting what the other person is speaking. So, he suggested to us that we should have some fun. Is that clear, children? If you are not very clear, I will explain this part again. He said to us, the sentence is beginning with let us have some fun. So, rule number 1. What is your step number 1? Identify the type of sentence. This is an imperative sentence where you are giving a suggestion. Okay. So, step number 2, we make changes in our reporting verb. So, likewise here, because it is a suggestion, we are going to use the word suggest. Third, we will remove the quotation marks and then we will insert the conjunction. So, the conjunction that we are going to use is that. Fourth one, what is it? Changes in the pronoun. If there is pronoun here, let us have some fun. So, here us is a pronoun. Okay. Then 5, step number 5 is tenses. Let us have some fun. So, it is in the present tense. We will change it into the respective past tense. Then any special words? No special words. So, he suggested to us that us. That us means it is including, it is related to, he said to us, that we should, with the word should be present, have some fun. Is that clear? We should have some fun. Here the tense does not undergo change, it remains the same because you are making a suggestion. Is that clear, children? I hope this conversion is also clear of how to go about doing imperative conversions into. Okay. So, with this I will come to the end of module number 3 or video number 3. Thank you, children.